Roxanne Davenport says, are we putting our own money into trying to bring Facebookers to Google Plus by using Social 22 with the possibility of Facebookers not coming over to Google Plus? Roxanne. That's the first. I'm sorry, Roxanne. That's where my head goes. You don't need to put on the red light. Let's see what we have here. Social 22. I'm going to do a quick Google of this because I already don't like what you're implying here with this software. Social Media 22. Social media marketing. I don't know if this is what I'm looking at. Is taking marketing world by storm. Blah 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 blah. Explain the process to me here, because anything that's suggesting that you're trying to, why would you be trying to bring Facebookers into Google Plus? This is a fundamental misunderstanding of many social media marketers out there, and I'm gonna lay this on you pretty thick because I have read a lot of misconceived ideas on social media marketing. The first falsehood, I would say, for social media marketing is do them all. Absolutely incorrect. Don't even consider doing them all unless you have somehow miraculously like 600 hours a week to do it. Because the idea of social media is to engage people in a way where you can actually connect with them. And you realistically, given the sheer number of people on each network, you cannot realistically engage them in a way that creates a true branding connection and a true connection with your product or service if you are just doing drive-by postings. It's a very, very, very difficult thing to separate yourself on all these social media networks as a single individual on 15 different networks. I've tried it. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. You don't build any loyalty. You don't build any real relationships. And at the end of the day, you end up exhausted and you end up with nothing. The second biggest misconception of social media marketing, in my opinion, is this idea that you need to bring your audience to that network, okay? Because people live in that network, or bring your audience outside of that network, or bring a separate audience into that social media network. People who are on the relative social media divisions, so in other words, people who are on Twitter, people who are on Facebook, people who are on Google+, we'll just use those as an example because they're the three big players right now, they're going to stay there, okay? So the only reason they may leave there to see you is just to see you, but they're going to habitually go back to the service that they love and enjoy and the culture that they want to be a part of. Because that brings me into my third point. The third misconception of social media marketing is that all social networks are the same, and it's just simply not the case. What's really going on in social media is that each social network is an established culture. Each culture has its own expectations of content and its own expectations on how to engage other people within that content. For example, Twitter, they expect the 140 character microblogs. They're not very big on external linking. It's just not a big popular thing in that culture. Google Plus is a huge content network. That's why I focused all my energy on Google Plus, because the culture itself loves content. It loves original content especially, and it also loves the aggregation of good content to a single feed. Facebook is more of a personal product type. In other words, it's a place where people come together, connect with friends and family, they connect and create real relationships from a real, more intimate level, I would probably say, than those of like Google Plus and things like that. So I don't know what Social 22 is, but I'm going to throw this out there right now. This idea of bringing all of your audiences together to a single social network, probably never really going to happen, because you have to meet them on their terms. If your audience is on Facebook, your audience is on Google+, your audience is on Twitter, then you need to have a social media presence that's branded properly across all three, that meets each culture on that level. You give the Twitter people what they expect to see from your content, you give the Google Plus people what they expect to see from your content, and you give the Facebook people what they expect. Each one wants to see different things at different times, and that's why I said it's like a full-time job. You have to meet them on their level, because they're not going to just leave just for you. I hate to say it. I mean, unless you are like amazing. But people live in social media, and it's become habitual for them. It's a whole ritual now. They log in the morning, they check their Facebook, they check their notifications, and then they have to remember, if you're only on Google+, they have to remember, oh man, I got to leave Facebook, go to Google+, and it just doesn't happen. It rarely happens. So you got to find how they're consuming your content and how to continue to make your content appeals to them on that level. It depends on the culture. Excellent question. I hope it answers it. I don't really know what the Social 22 is, but if you're trying to bring Facebookers to Google+, then you are fighting Google's battle. That's their battle right now. They want to get Facebookers to Google+. That's their job, not yours.